Hi, everyone. My name is Chris McMurray.
And I'm Gene.
He's my husband, and welcome back to another episode of Hope from Grief here on our YouTube channel. We're an open book. Hope from Grief came about because one of the major subjects of our book, Live, Laugh, Fly, is the signs that we received from our son Scott after he passed to show us that he was still with us.
Chris, hold up the book one more time and tell everybody where they can get it.
That's right. Live, Laugh, Fly is available on Amazon, and 100% of proceeds will help benefit children's cancer programs.
As we told our story in our book and again here on YouTube, we realized that there had to be so many other stories just like ours out there.
So we reached out on social media asking others to share their stories with our audience, and thank you so much.
So as we build this channel telling both your stories and ours, every single subscription is important. So please like and subscribe. It would mean so much to us.
We really appreciate it. Now, this is an unplanned episode, but we received such a beautiful and powerful message from our son on Easter morning that it demanded to be told.
Let's give a little background on our state of mind and the emotions that this time of year evokes.
Yes. Our son Scott passed away only 3 days after Easter of 2011, and for the prior several months, he had been under home hospice care.
So a couple of weeks before Easter, our daughter Kim was home with Scott. So we decided to give them some alone time and we went to church.
That's right. And we walked into church that morning, and I remember feeling comfort in seeing our friends and singing familiar hymns.
And as the sermon began,
Ooh, the sermon was about Mother Mary and how difficult it must have been for her to see her son Jesus suffer and die.
for most of the congregation, it wasn't an unusual Lenten theme, but for us in that place and time, it was earth shaking.
It sure was. And I remember my entire body shaking. And all I could do was think of my son at home in pain and dying. I was having trouble breathing, choking back sobs. I became terrified and unsafe. I didn't want to cause a scene. I had to get out of there, but I didn't know how to do it.
As I always do, I had one eye on you. And when I heard the subject of the sermon, I immediately knew you would be in trouble emotionally.
Yeah, I was in a lot of pain.
Thankfully, we were on the aisle towards the back of the church, so I grabbed your elbow and guided you out of there.
Hmm. And with all those memories, we have not attended an Easter service in the 12 years since.
Let's fast forward to Easter 2023. We got up that Easter morning and had our coffee as usual. Our plan was for a quiet day at the beach, was washed away by rain, so we decided to go to a movie later on.
And after coffee, I went to the gym for an hour. And when I got there, I was greeted by two friends who jokingly asked me why I wasn't at church.
So you told them the story?
Well, not the whole story, a shorter version, but they got the gist.
I'm sure they sensed that you were feeling down.
I was, of course, I was down because Easter is so hard. Anyway, I was on the treadmill when a text message popped onto my phone. It was from Sandy, who was Scott's oncology nurse when he was at Children's Hospital at Montefiore.
It is really crazy that that message came through on this particular morning. Explain what it was.
Okay, Sandy was scrolling through some old texts on her phone, and she came across one that Scott had sent to her shortly before he passed away. It was dated March 27th, 2011, exactly 1 month before his death.
And the cool thing about it, it was written in his hand and language. It was a text that Scott wrote himself. Why don't you read it to everybody?
Sure. It says, "Hey Sandy, how are you doing? It's been a while since we've last spoken, and I just wanted to pop in and say hello. I miss you and hope you're having a great time whatever it is you're doing. I'm just in New York doing my thing, same old. Well, get back to me and hopefully we'll see each other in the not too far future. Be safe. Peace and love, Scott."
What were your initial thoughts when you read that?
Well, when I saw the date and realized how close it was to his passing, I was blown away at the tone of this note.
Elaborate a little bit on that thought.
Yeah, well, Scott is 22 years old and he's dying. And although his body is broken and he is bedridden and he's on oxygen 24/7, his mind, his spirit, and his soul is not broken. He's not angry. He's not depressed or sad. He seemed to be at peace. And as his mom, this is just what I needed to hear.
I got the impression that he was more concerned about Sandy's well-being at that point than his own.
I know some of the words he used were so revealing, like, I miss you. I hope you're having a good time. Be safe. Peace. Love.
It seems such a fitting sentiment during the holy season of Easter, Ramadan, and Passover. Such an uplifting message.
It is. And also, these are everyday words that we should live by year round.
You know, and another really cool aspect is seeing the text. It was written by him in his words, as if he was reaching out to us from another realm with this message.
He
It's so clear.
It's so clear. And every time he sees me struggling, he finds a way to comfort me. When I was walking home from the gym, I was so overwhelmed and brought to tears. He was so brave. He had so much dignity and compassion. In my mind, I went back to the days when he was still here with us, and I would tell both of my kids, I'm so happy that you're mine. And that is what I kept saying on my walk home. I'm so happy you're mine. I'm so happy you're mine.
Seeing that message was a vivid reminder that he is here and he's still ours. Our loved ones are out there. They're with us. Just keep your eyes and your heart open. They want us to feel them, to know that they're still with us and ours.
That's right. And this is such a true example of hope from grief.
Well, that's our story today, folks. We would love to hear what you think, or let us know about a sign that you've seen from one of your loved ones.
We would love that.
There's several ways to get in touch with us. The easiest way is just to leave a comment down below, or go to our Facebook page.
That's right. It's called We're an Open Book, and you can leave us a message there.
Or you can get in touch with us the old-fashioned way by email.
That's old-fashioned now, folks.
It is. And our email address is rememberloveneverddies@gmail.com. And all that will be in the show notes.
Yes. And one more time, Live, Laugh, Fly is available on Amazon, and 100% of proceeds will help benefit children's cancer programs.
So that's it. There's only one thing left for us to say. Remember.
Always remember.
Always remember.
Always. Love never dies.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.